Hey guys, King of Charmanders here, and today I bring to you the best Mizutsune armor guide, the best meta gear. This video analyzes the armor of the first Leviathan of Monster Hunter Now, and Mizutsune has some of the most beautiful armor pieces in the game. No, seriously, they're super pretty. If you love pink, I love pink as a girl color, and I definitely want to get this layered armor. And even if you don't want to build the Mizutsune armor for the skills, like I mentioned, the layer armor is definitely worth wearing. Again, super pretty, super beautiful, and you will love it if you want it, and you're probably wanting it right now. Alright, first we're going to start off with the Mizutsune armor for stats and cost. So, Mizutsune armor starts at grade 5, with its base defense being 82. And here are its forge requirements. You need 4 Mizutsune purple fur, which are rarity 1, 7 Makalite ores, which are rarity 2, 2 Mizutsune claws, which are rarity 3, and 2 Mizutsune thick purple furs, which are rarity 4. In addition, you need 1500 Zeni. Because it starts at rarity 5, it's not going to take you much to forge any of the Mizutsune armor pieces, which is pretty dang good. But if you want to get Mizutsune armor and get all of the skills available to it, you need to upgrade it to grade 6. So here we have the Mizutsune armor grade 6 cost. It doesn't take too many materials to get Mizutsune armor to grade 6 from a new forge. Probably the hardest thing you're going to have to go after are those 2 Mizutsune prime claws, which are rarity 5. As you see here, it takes quite a bit, not a lot, but you know, it does take some. But upgrading all pieces of Mizutsune to grade 6 will unlock their secondary skill or increase their primary skill to level 2. So for the Helm, for example, you're going to get water attack level 2. For some, like the Vambraces, I believe, you'll unlock a second skill. And upgrading the Mizutsune armor to grade 6 will also unlock its layered armor. So a lot of you that are looking to rock that layered armor, you're gonna have to get it to grade 6 anyways. So here's the cost to get those pieces, individual pieces, to grade 6. However, if you want to drift smelt, well, some of the Mizutsune armor pieces do require grade 8 to do so. So we're gonna cover the Mizutsune armor grade 8 cost. Upgrading any piece of Mizutsune gear to grade 8 will take a lot of materials. It's a lot! That's why I'm not reading off of all of them, because you look right here from our fast forward, that's a whole lot of stuff you gotta get, and it's gonna take some time unless you have everything gathered here except for the Mizutsune materials. And upgrading to grade 8 is necessary, like I mentioned, to unlock some Mizutsune armor drift smelt slots. I believe it's only like 3 armor pieces, so not a lot, but the primary one you're looking for, which we're going to cover first in the Mizutsune armor set, you're going to want to get to grade 8 if you want to drift smelt into it. And unless you're really lucky getting rarity 6 plates from Mizutsune, 8 stars, it can take longer than 52 slain. I think for me, like when Zinogre was out on the field, out of, I would say, the 200, 300, probably 400, something like that, less than 400 8 stars that I've slain, I only got two rarity 6 drops. So I only got 2 Zinogre plate drops from killing 300 in a wild. I don't know if my luck was terrible. It probably was terrible, but it can definitely take a lot more than 52 slain, per my own experience, if you aren't really lucky. And now we have the analysis for the actual Mizutsune armor, and we're going to start off with the helmet. Here's the Mizutsune helm analysis, and here are its equipment skills and effects. Well, it actually just has one. It has water attack level 1, and it upgrades to level 2 at grade 6. Once it hits level 2, this increases weapons water element value by 100. And its drift smelt slot unlocks at grade 8. This is the best piece of gear in the entire Mizutsune set. It allows for water attack level 5 or high levels of water attack for many builds. So this is something, if you're not looking for anything else, this is the one thing you want the most. If you're not going after layer armor, etc., or if you're just looking at for the piece that's the best, that's going to work for everything else, this is the water meta piece that you want. And it's really good because we've been needing something for water for a second. So again, what best piece in the Mizutsune set, you get water attack level 2 at grade 6, and if you want to drift smelt into it, you need to upgrade it to grade 8. Next up, we have the Mizutsune male analysis, and it's kind of ironic because male and male sound the same, and you're only going to see Mizutsune males in the wild because you don't see females. And here's its equipment skill and its effects. You get Bubbly Dance level 1, which upgrades to level 2 at grade 6. This reduces the effects of Bubble Blight and enhances evasive maneuverability. So this is specifically used against Mizutsune, because Mizutsune's got bubbles. And if you hate bubbles, well, you're going to want to use this piece. It also has 2 Drift Smelt slots. The first slot's unlocked at grade 5, and the other is unlocked at grade 8. However, this piece is pretty useless unless you're hunting Mizutsune and using melee. So if you're a melee user and you need the bubble resistance, well, guess what? You want this piece and another piece we're going to cover later. And this can combo with Resuscitate for extra damage. So the core is like the main series games. You wear this piece, you wear Bubbly Dance, and then you wear Resuscitate, and you use that to combo together to do extra damage when you're hunting Mizutsunes. Here's the thing, it does have 2 Drift Mount slots, but it isn't worth investing in. I remember a while ago someone was like, oh, you forgot to point that out. I'm like, no, I didn't point it out. It's just this piece is absolutely worthless unless you're going against Mizutsune. So, just because something has 2 Drift Mount slots, that doesn't mean it's great. Remember, you have a 3.3% chance of getting a high-end skill, or even a 5% chance of getting any other skill that you're looking for. That's very, very low. As someone that has drift smelted hundreds of times and can tell you from experience, it's really, really hard. So unless you got a whole lot of money to burn like I do, unfortunately, it's just not worth it. And you shouldn't drift smelt into 2 slot pieces, because that usually means their primary skills are terrible, or in this case, it only works for 1 monster. On to the next one, and we have the Mizutsune Vambraces analysis. And here are its equipment skills and effects. So this is actually the only piece in the entire set that has 2 equipment skills. You get Bubbly Dance level 1, and you get Resuscitate level 1 at grade 6. This reduces the effects of Bubble Blight and increases damage by 5% when you are suffering from a status ailment when you wear this piece. Its Drift slot is also unlocked at grade 5. Unfortunately, this piece is pretty useless unless you are hunting Mizutsune and using melee. It can combo with Resuscitate for extra damage, but it's not worth drift smelting into. This, you need the Vambraces and the Mail in order to get Bubbly Dance level 3. So if you want the full effects of being able to dodge Mizutsune and make it not super annoying, you're going to need both of these pieces. But again, unless you're hunting Mizutsune and using melee, totally not worth it. On to the next one, and we have the Mizutsune Coil analysis. So, this is a pretty cool waist, but the waist also has an equipment skill. And here's its equipment skill and its effects. You get Evasive Concentration level 1, which upgrades to level 2 at grade 6. This fills the special gauge by 10% after performing a perfect evade. And honestly, this is the worst Mizutsune armor piece. The thing is, this piece was likely meant to pair with Mizutsune weapons, equipment skill, Artful Dodger. So this makes sense. With Artful Dodger, you get easier perfect evades. And then using that, you could proc Evasive Concentration. Here's the problem though. It's not worth it. It's not worth having a whole coil or waist slot where you could put something better in here. Remember, in order to proc a perfect dodge, you must have the monster attack you in the first place. So, in the case of everything out there with people doing like crazy things with aggressive dodger, etc., it's actually a waste of time because you have to wait for the monster to attack you, rather than just wailing on the monster with appropriate positioning and just smacking the holy crap out of it. So, again, this piece isn't really worth anything. It's not worth it unless you're trying to get that layered armor piece. And last but not least, we have the Mizutsune Greaves analysis. And here's its equipment skill and its effects. You get Resuscitate, which starts off at level 1 and upgrades to level 2 at grade 6. This increases damage by 10% when you are suffering from a status ailment. This is likely the second best piece of Mizutsune armor, just because you can use it against a lot of things and not just Mizutsune. However, this combos best with Bubbly Dance and Resuscitate. So put those 2 together and you get that damage increase. However, again, it's only still useful against monsters that inflict status ailments. I'm pretty sure none of you would like to get poisoned, paralyzed, and bleed on purpose. We all don't want to. But you can combo this with Bubbly Dance for extra damage. So that's the only exception, Bubbly Dance. You combine it with Bubbly Dance and you can do a lot of crazy things and increase damage. So, again, likely the second best piece of Mizutsune armor outside of the helmet, which gives you water attack level 2 at grade 6. But how does the armor do overall? Well, we have the Mizutsune armor overall analysis. Other than the Helm, the rest of the armor was designed to take on Mizutsune and its variants. So yes, it only works against one monster like I said before, but that monster also has variants. So maybe one of these days we will see those variants into the game like Soul Seer and I think like Thunder Bubble or something like that. I forgot what the next one was. But yeah, Mizutsune does have variants and this armor will be useful against those variants when they release. The Helm is the best piece of armor in the set, giving water attack a much needed buff. It only requires grade 6 to get to water attack level 2 as well. This is in stark contrast to some of the pieces like Coral Puke gear which require you to have it at grade 8. And like I mentioned, water desperately needed a buff and this helmet definitely helps with that. The rest of the armor is only worth it if you're trying to hunt Mizutsune as a melee user and or if you're looking to get the layered armor to show off in group hunts. So Bubbly Dance is amazing for taking on Mizutsune. You can pair Resuscitate with it as well to get that extra damage bonus, but it really depends on what build you are using against Mizutsune. So again, that's pretty much it. Other than that, you want that pretty layered armor to show off to your friends because pink is my favorite girl color. And if I'm definitely getting this armor to grade 6 just because I want that layered armor piece as well for all the armor and to just have that set to show off to my friends. Well, if I had friends that played the game. Sadly, all of them play Pokemon Go. Sadly. Hopefully this video helps you decide what to build for the Mizutsune armor set. This armor set is totally worth building to make hunting Mizutsune easier if you are a melee user. As for ranged users, click, click, boom. That's all I have to say. You're going to point, and you're going to shoot, and you're going to shred this poor Bubble Fox Wyvern into oblivion. Especially me with the Despot's Wildfire. It's hunting season, and on this season, for the summer, before the next Elder Dragon, which I'm predicting comes out, we're actually, no, you know what? This weapon, or this element, is likely going to help for that next Elder Dragon. But before we go towards the next Elder Dragon, we are going to clock back, reload, put the magazine in, and prepare to shoot down all these Mizutsune. If you are a light bowgun user like me. Or if you're a bow, you're going to take your quill and all those arrows you have and just absolutely start decimating all these Mizutsune coming soon. And if you're going to build anything out of this set that's going to be really important, it's probably the Helm, because the Helm is a vital piece for water attack builds like I mentioned before. Please do me a huge favor, like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. Mizutsune will return, so you don't have to worry about it not appearing. It's going to come back on the field again. It's going to be on hats after. But we got a whole 10 days right now to take it out. So if you really want these armor, you really want that layered armor piece, go out there and happy hunting for Mizutsune. Good luck on your grinds, good luck on all your drops, and I will see y'all on the next video.